Hello everyone, we warmly welcome you all to our special program brought to you by Indian Achievers Forum. I'm your host Vatika Singh. Indian Achievers Award is an honor that celebrates the people who went extraordinary to effectuate their aspirations and ideas. In this series, we emphasize not only on the struggles and achievements of the people, but also on the social contributions they made to their native land, India. Before introducing you all to our one such achiever, let's take a look at the small AV.
Indian Achievers Forum is driven by a full-fledged advisory board. The board consists of experienced personalities who have excelled in their respective careers. Together, the forum organizes conferences, events, workshops, exhibitions, trade shows, and B2B initiatives in India as well as abroad. Where there is passion, there is achievement. And where there is achievement, there is Indian Achievers Forum.
Mr. Mohit Vini is an innovative sales and marketing professional with over 19 years of experience across industries such as apparel, automobile, accessories, and e-commerce. Currently managing the North India and SAARC countries business for Royal Enfield in the capacity of zonal business. He has a proven track record of accomplishment in developing and managing new business streams, new channels, and product portfolios from inception. He is also credited with conceptualizing and execution of innovative concept stores across international geographies. In his 19 years of professional experience, he has incubated and delivered profitable new business verticals, restructured and turned around businesses. He also comes across as a very competent person in complex project management across various functions such as strategic brand tie-ups, technology transfer, setting up e-commerce portal. In his spare time, he enjoys exploring new business ideas and cutting-edge technologies such as artificial intelligence, autonomous driving, blockchain, and its applications in real business scenarios, which will have profound effect on the future of mobility, environment, and socio-economic fabric of our times. Hello, sir. How are you?
I'm fine. Good evening.
So, before entering into the questions, tell us something about you and your professional journey.
So, where should I start? It's been an enriching and transformative journey of almost 20 years of professional life, and I'm slightly over 40, wrong side of the the age. So, just to put things in perspective, let me start from a little bit about my background, where I came from. So, I come from a small town. It's a mining town called Dhanbad. My father was a mechanical engineer and a government servant, but pretty learned man. My mom, though she was a homemaker, but very progressive in her thoughts and opinions. I was the only brother among the four siblings, so a lot of girl power was there in my house. Though it was a good leveler right in the beginning of my career, it actually taught you to respect women because women can add many dimensions to a man's life, playing the role of a mother, sister, wife, friend. Currently, I live with my beautiful wife and two kids. I'm blessed with two boys. So, as a childhood, I was basically a handful child. My mom would say that it was a task, actually, not in a wrong way, but yeah, I was quite experimentative right in the beginning. Looking back at the past, we had a very simple life over there of a small town family, simple family, but very high in values. My parents were right from the beginning, they taught us the value systems which normally an Indian family, ideal Indian family has. And I had a burning desire to succeed in life. So whatever I used to do, obviously I would put my heart and soul into it. I graduated from Delhi University as a science graduate, and post that, I did my postgrad in apparel design from National Institute of Fashion Technology. That is one of the premium institute in India. So naturally, my first decade of my career was more into apparel retail, starting as a apparel and a product designer, developer, and slowly working my way upwards towards channel management and business management. I have actually practically worked in every function of the apparel retail industry, starting from apparel and product design, then moving into category management, then looking after new brand and product launches from its incubation to establishing full service provider model for my clients, our clients at that point of time, from design to delivery, to even uh, establishing global supply chain, including India. On my personal front, if you ask me, I had been an avid traveler, though my means were limited initially. And especially, I actually cherished taking road trips on motorcycle initially, and even now with family commitment in cars. So I have a penchant for wheels. With this background, sometimes in 2011, I met Siddhartha, managing director of Aisha Motor, when they were looking for someone to start their apparel and motorcycle accessory business for Royal Enfield. With over a decade of experience in apparel retail and a penchant for wheels and road trips, I was a natural choice for them. And the assignment really looked exciting at that point of time and clicked for me as well as for the organization. Then followed the journey of building up this apparel and accessory vertical at Royal Enfield, which is currently mostly profitable and a very good revenue stream. It was one of its kind for any brand in automotive brand in India, not only two wheelers but four wheelers also. Even globally, if you look, there are only a handful of examples you can quote who have actually successfully established this as a separate revenue stream or an additional revenue stream. However, when I joined over here in Royal Enfield, which is the parent company being Aisha Motor, the idea always was behind to actually meaningfully engage with the existing customers and help enable them in their pursuit for exploration and travel. Not only that, also help them in personalizing their motorcycle, which was obviously an extension of their personality. All of us identify with the wheels we drive, especially men have a penchant for that. And not only that, in addition to that, the goal was also to bring in younger clientele or younger customer consumers to the brand's fold, who have still not kick-started their riding journey, or even to connect to the older folks who had long passed their adventure days but still cherish those memories of their younger days. As they say, 6 years down the line, it was history. We actually ended up creating two profitable vertical for Royal Enfield, which was not only actually created value for the organization and our dealer partners, but also gave us an opportunity to meaningfully engage with the customer throughout his lifetime journey with the brand. In the process, we also established this particular business across 60 different countries across the globe where our motorcycles were sold. So it's a true representation of a global brand. Having established this as a success story in my current organization, I was itching for more. And I also wanted to hone my personal skills. So I decided to join an executive MBA from UCLA, Anderson Business School. This was a 1 year program, and it was equally fulfilling, which gave me an opportunity to study with a diverse group of global cohort who brought in so enriched and varied experiences on the table that it was an immense journey in itself. It was great knowing a lot of people from different geographies also, who believed in breaking boundaries and changing traditional ways of doing business. Post my graduation and my MBA, executive MBA, I was fortunate to be given an opportunity to handle a completely new vertical in Royal Enfield, which was the spare part and lubricant division. With my Though it was a steep learning curve for me at that point of time, especially because the automotive industry was also going through a downturn in 2019, it gave me an opportunity to actually test my new acquired skills, which I had learned at my B school, and it gave excellent results. We were able to restructure the complete division with not only increasing the market share as a focus, but also to have a sustainable profit in the vertical, and which paved the way for the next growth in my career. After this assignment, there was a restructuring in the organization itself, and the organization as a whole decided to actually make a PNL driven organization where the PNL will be handled by at the zonal level. I was given the responsibility to handle the North India zone along with the SHA countries, with all verticals of Royal Enfield, including motorcycle, apparel, use, aftermarket, even soft products, which actually helped me in becoming an all-rounded professional in automotive industry, as I got an opportunity also in apparel industry to work for all the functions.
Right, sir. So, moving ahead, I'm really keen to know that what inspired you to pursue this particular field as your career.
Okay. So this is a difficult one. So at one point of time, I wanted to be an Air Force pilot. Unfortunately, I met with an accident, had a specs on, my eyesight became weak, and I wasn't able to pursue. I was selected for National Defense Academy at one point of time after my. So I would say that right from the beginning, I was never shy of in exploring new career opportunities. I was always game for anything which is new, which is of interest, which has potential to grow and make it big, create a value for the organization, create a value for the people who work for that particular business or vertical or for that group. I think this gave me an exponent. This also, on a personal level, gave me an exponential learning curve and a 360-degree perspective of the industries I work for, or the group I work for, or the business vertical I work for. Automotive sector was always fascinating to me because I always loved wheels, road travels, trips, and all. Not only that, I was also interested in aviation, robotics, and all. Right from my childhood days, I was into making helicopters and robots scale models of that. As I told, I was a handful child, right from my childhood. A lot of neighbors used to complain because of my project. Some of them went bonkers, and that's why. And so I am here. I actually started as an apparel design graduate and successfully transformed myself into an automotive uh, professional. And work in progress is still on to reach new milestones and break new barriers.
That's really great, sir. So, moving ahead, we know for a fact that starting anything has never been easy for any one of us. So, what all were the challenging predicaments that you had to go through initially in this journey?
So acceptance is always an issue, especially it is very difficult when you ask people to think out of their box, get out of their comfort zone. Most of the people have a traditional, I'll not say all of them, but they are averse to risk or leaving their comfort zone, or think outside the traditional or more followed path, because that has paved them success in the past, so they think that is the right way to approach things. I personally came from a creative field, wanted to be on the business side and do great things on the business side of it in a big way. People initially thought me I was a little rash. More so when you are changing an industry from being an apparel retail guy to coming in an automotive industry. Uh, it was actually initially a little acceptance was a little barrier. Uh, People do not understand that this could also be a natural choice. So the biggest task was to actually break this barrier of people thinking stereotyping, making things that a product or a person from design and creative background cannot handle business. It was a myth I had to break in the beginning. Though I'll say graduating from a premium design institute gave me a very important perspective in life. In fact, everything in the world, be it product, business processes, business models, or for that matter, even operations or consumer journey, distribution, network, entire value chain offering. You start with an vision, envisage that vision, then basically you do the ideation, and then you make a design out of that or a blueprint out of that, and then you implement it or execute it. So design in a way itself is a very powerful thinking. Basically, I'll say this is the power of innovative design thinking, and which was a perspective which very early in life I got when I graduated, did my postgrad from Design Institute, one of the premium design institute, to question the status quo, to ask, is there a better way to do a thing? Is there a more efficient way to do a thing? Can, even if it is an existing way which is working well, is there a better way to explore things, or at least try and explore it? There's no harm in doing it or trying it. And that was something which actually was the initial barrier. However, as they say, when you start getting the numbers, you are liked. So that's what happened to me also. When the numbers were telling the true story, obviously people came on board and they started liking me.
Right, sir. So, on that note, we move on to the next question. We all have certain plans for our future. So, what are your future plans now?
I'll say we live in a very exciting times. There are technological breakthroughs such as the advent of general purpose artificial intelligence, machine learning, blockchain technology, and its application in the modern day industries is immense. Even if I have to be specific to the automotive industry, we are on an inflection point where electric vehicle could be a disruption to the industry. More so on a larger scale, if you see the long-term horizon, autonomous driving, it can change the entire mobility landscape, what we think or what we look at today. So with this, I'll say we live in a times where information and consumer is the king and information is the new oil for any economy. And in such exciting times, I am looking forward for playing a pivotal role and be a part of this exciting journey.
Right, sir. So, you must be knowing about the Atmanirbhar Bharat campaign prevailing in India right now. So, what are your views on this campaign?
So I'll say our honorable Prime Minister announced this as a almost 20 lakh crore economic package under this Atmanirbhar Bharat Abhiyan to aid the country out of the COVID, which we have just started coming out of, and to make India self-reliant. This initiative will, I personally feel, will not only pave the future growth of the country, where India will emerge as an economic powerhouse in the world and will have a space in the sun, which is long awaited. The initiative is also inclusive, such as democratization of the education and information system. Each, all child should have mandatory education or access to good education, empowering women to partner in the growth journey. Almost 50% of the population is women population, so obviously they have to be a partner to that through self-reliant or equal opportunity. He's ensuring that all sections of the society can be a part of this growth story. On the collaborative front, with collaboration of private sector and government and agencies and investment in research and development, I am pretty sure that India can emerge as a force to reckon with, even in high technology sectors such as robotics, artificial intelligence, or for that matter, autonomous mobility, space exploration, military hardware, to name a few, cybersecurity. I strongly feel that Atmanirbhar Bharat mission is a cleverly designed mission meant for each one of us, we Indians, to be an opportunity, to have an opportunity and be a part of this growth story, India's growth story.
Right, sir. So, this year we'd be celebrating 75 years of our independence, which is famously known as Azadi Ka Amrit Mahotsav. So, what would you like to say on this, as in how far we've come, and what is your vision pertaining to this?
So, Azadi Ka Amrit Mahotsav basically is an initiative of the government of India to celebrate and commemorate the 75th 5 years of independence and the glorious history of its people, we Indian people, its rich culture and the achievements what we have from in the last 70 years. This Mahotsav is actually dedicated to the people of India, who have not only been instrumental in bringing India thus far in its evolutionary journey, but also hold within them the power and the potential to take it forward into the future of becoming an economic superpower. Like the history of our freedom movement, the journey of 75 years of our independence is a reflection of hard work, innovation, enterprising skills of ordinary Indians. We are proud actually of our democratic traditions, rich heritage, knowledge of our science and technology, from Ayurveda to yoga or Vedic mathematics to philosophy. We have contributed to the world significantly in different domains. So We have proven not only in even in contemporary context, if you have to look, we have proven not only ourselves in being a software supergiant, but is a in the field of space and technology for that matter. Therefore, this Mahotsav is a festival of awakening, not only for it, celebrating its rich and past heritage, but also taking a pledge for future prosperity, global peace, or building up an ecosystem and a better tomorrow for the generations and the future generations who are coming, so that we leave a better and a stronger India and a richer India for our children.
All right, so sir, first of all, congratulations on winning the Indian Achievers Award. I really want to know that what was the feeling when you came to know that you have won the award, and who all were the constant supporters in this journey of yours?
So first of all, thanks a lot to the Indian Achievers Forum. I am really humbled and thankful to the Indian Achievers Forum for recognizing my professional achievements and contribution to nation building. I would also like to thank all my seniors, colleagues, friends, family members, my gurus, and my mentors who had been a constant guidance in this life's journey, without whom and without their support, this would not have been possible for sure.
Right, sir. So now, since we know a lot about your professional role, tell us something about your social contributions as well as an individual.
Right. So I am very thankful to my preschool and school days. Our school used to have a compulsory subject of basically social contribution. It was mandatory over there. Not only that, even my parents, for that matter, taught us that we have to be a responsible citizen, responsible individual, and contribute to the society and upliftment of people who have probably not got such an opportunity. So very early in life, actually, I was taught to actually help the people surrounding you who may not have got those chances, so that they can also be elevated. So just to give you an example, in my personal capacity, I have tried whatever limited means I have, or whatever limited resources I have helped one of my driver, who was my driver, to build up a small taxi business for himself. Or for that matter, I financially supported education of the children of my household mates or support staff. Even during COVID, for that matter, most recently, I helped my team and the people around in arranging oxygen cylinders, blood donation, ventilators, especially for people who were in critical medical need of that. On a larger time frame, if you have to say, me and my family have been constantly contributing towards the cleaner and greener earth. We try to reduce the carbon footprint in several ways. We advocate simple living. One thing is that we have till date planted in the last 10 years about 5,000 trees personally in and around our city, Gurgaon, and donated for such causes. We want to leave our city as a legacy, a much greener and cleaner city than what we found for the future generation and our children. I have been personally an angel investor in some of these projects to help rehabilitate the city or make it more green and clean.
That's really commendable, sir. So, before concluding this session, you know that IF is followed not only by mainstream organizations, but also those young minds who aspire to be like our achievers someday. So, what is that one message you'd like to give them?
So I just have one message which my father actually gave me. It was one of the life's learning for me when I was on my lowest step of life. So I would quote what he said at that point of time. He said, "Son, it is an universal truth that a man sitting at the side of the ocean will never drown himself in the ocean. But it's as much a truth that he'll never cross the ocean. You may drown yourself in the process of crossing it, and only a handful of them will actually make it to the other side. But then it's also a universal truth that the world remember those handful of people who actually cross the ocean, and not the people who sit on the shores." So what I would like to leave as a message for the younger generation is that it's better to get up and try your luck. Even if you fail, you will either be somebody or nobody. but the satisfaction that you gave your best in itself makes you an extraordinary person.
And that, I must say, is a great piece of advice. Thank you so much for joining with us today. It was a pleasure talking to you, and we hope that you continue to inspire people of all ages forever. Thank you so much, sir.
Thanks for having me over there.